And now, ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show, direct from the bar,
PB.
What is going on out there, peeps? Alright, I showed earlier that I seen a video of Kim Clement being a lot more specific about when the Iraqi Dinar was to revalue. It said the sign would be when North Korea attacks Iran. Soon after that attack, the Iraqi Dinar would revalue. Now, whether you trust or believe what Kim Clement is saying is up to you. But here's what I always tell people. Look, it's important that you have a relationship with God. You need discernment. Without discernment, you guys are always going to be stirred in a bad direction. But he did bring up something else that I thought was interesting. Because in the past, it talked about people are going to invest in this stock, invest in this company, and he's very vague about it in his prophecies. But in this video, he's very clear. This time he says the name of the company. Let's get into this a little bit so we can talk about it. Before we get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it.
I want God's people to be billionaires. And the way that it happens is by saying, there is the source there. That's where it's coming from. People are taking note. Firepoint. What's Firepoint? People are watching all over, because when it does come, they're going to invest and they're going to make millions of dollars.
Now, he doesn't specifically say to invest in a company called Firepoint. He said these sources are going to come to you, and something about Firepoint, and that God's people are going to invest. And he said God wants millionaires and billionaires because they have to serve a purpose. They have to serve a purpose for God, and that is feed the hungry, clothe those who don't have clothes, give shelter to those who don't have shelter. That's our mission, and that's how you're going to get these blessings. And you guys heard me speak about this many a times, that if you do get these blessings, that the money is not for you. Sure, take care of yourself, take care of your family, get yourself out of debt, but make sure some of that money goes to helping out humanity that you should be doing, helping out those in need. So I wanted to go see if there is a Firepoint company. Sure enough, there is. It has merged, or I should say purchased, this company here, Excel Plus International. Firepoint Energy acquires Excel Plus International, prepares reverse merger. Firepoint Energy, a pioneering waste coal to energy company based in Salzburg, Pennsylvania, announced today the acquisition of Excel Plus International, a leader in innovation energy solutions. This strategic move strengthens Firepoint Energy's commitment to sustainable energy production and is a significant step in the company's plan to become a publicly traded entity. So last August, it said Firepoint Energy takes steps to become a publicly traded company. Firepoint Energy Inc., a Wyoming C Corp startup, and principal offices opening in, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that word, in Pennsylvania and Texas, announces that the company has entered into a letter of intent and a share purchase agreement to acquire the controlling interest of a publicly traded company on the OTC market. Firepoint Energy is a developer of waste-to-coal energy sites are intended to be built at an abandoned waste coal piles in the state of Pennsylvania. The company is in the process of acquiring its first site in Pennsylvania, which contains 23 million tons of waste coal in total. Additional sites contain over 10 million tons and will work our way up to piles with 75 million tons in place in the future. So I'm researching this shit out of this company, and I don't know if this is the one that Kim Clement is talking about. That's why it's important for you to have discernment. So I'm going to be praying on this big time because they're getting ready to go public. So I'm reaching out to the people. They are looking for initial investors, and I'm going to find out what it takes to become an initial investor. Does it make sense that we all go in as a group? Do we go in as individuals? How we're going to do this, let me find out, and I will share it with everybody. But hypothetically, if this is the starting stock price, and I'm not saying it is, 0.0008, that's not even a penny. It wouldn't take you very much money to accumulate a plethora of stocks. This is like investing into the Iraqi stock exchange, where you could buy millions of shares. This would be like if you got lucky and found out word about a particular crypto that's not even a penny yet, and you dump money into it, and then it takes off. We don't know if this is the right company, but I'm going to do my due diligence on this and see if this is the right one. But it's going to take a lot of prayer. I'm going to tell you that right now before I get an answer. I'm going to continue to do my research. I'm going to be talking to the people that are involved because I already got a point person that I'm going to be talking to who's going to let us know what we need to know as far as investment is concerned, whether we do it individually, whether we can do it as a group, how we're going to do it, but how we can get aboard before they do hit the public. This would create millionaires and billionaires, and I have no false dreams of becoming a billionaire, but that doesn't mean it won't happen. With the right amount of money invested, you can become a billionaire. But I don't want people to focus so much on the money as much as what you're supposed to do with that money when you get it. I want you to listen to Kim Clement one more time.
I want God's people to be billionaires. And the way that it happens is by saying, there is the source there. That's where it's coming from. People are taking note. Fire point. What's fire point? People are watching all over because when it does come, they're going to invest and they're going to make millions of dollars.
Now, I remember when this prophecy first came out, he was very vague. He said he didn't know the name of the company. God had not shown it to him yet. He just sees something about fire. That was it. Just like in the video where he's being very specific this time around by saying when North Korea attacks Iran, soon after, the dinar will revalue. That is a lot more specific than where it used to be. In here, he now is saying FirePoint. And there is a FirePoint company, has to do with renewable energy, and they are about to go public with their stock offerings. Could this be the one that we're supposed to invest in that's going to give us tons of blessings? That's going to take us to the financial freedom that Kim Clement is talking about? I don't know. I'm curious to hear what you guys say, but I am going to look into it. I don't want to mislead people. But like I say about any other investment, look, if you have discretionary funds, then by all means, then invest. But if you don't be spending your mortgages, don't be spending your car payments to invest in something, especially if we're not sure. That's why I need to sit in prayer for a while. Seriously, you guys. And I don't usually talk about religious stuff on here, but this is big. This would be big. And so I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. Like I said, I released that video earlier. I never heard any videos coming from Kim Clement where he was so specific, saying that when North Korea attacks Iran, I keep saying Iraq, I'm sorry. It says when North Korea attacks Iran, then the dinar will revalue shortly after that. So I apologize for that. I misspoke. It's when North Korea attacks Iran. And now he's saying looking for different sources because God wants his people to be rich. Because we have a mission from God that we need to fulfill. And he mentioned the name of FirePoint. And I looked it up, and it is a company that is getting ready to go public. Like I said, I need to sit in meditation and have a long conversation with God to make sure that this is the right choice. Anyways, I'll dig into it a little bit more, and then I'll let everybody know. Let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out.